Friendos, welcome to today's video. We're reviewing the Rose Quartz palette from Huda Beauty. And you guys know the drill. We're going to do swatches, then we'll try out a look. Now this is an 18 pan palette. Clearly I can't use all 18 on my peepers today, but we can go through 5, 6 of them maybe, see how they work on the eye, and then we'll come back and do a 2 looks 1 palette later. Okay, friendos, stay tuned. Alright guys, it's time to get started on my eyes. Gotta say, I'm super excited for all these pretty shimmer shades. The mattes, now that's gonna be intriguing, don't you guys think? Just to see how they perform. Let's get into it, let's find out. So on my Ulta Beauty 43, I'm going in with the shade Cherished. I'll start out in a circular motion, and my P. Louise base has already been applied. We're ready. It's not the most pigmented, but it is a very light shade, so I'm not judging it too harshly here. Alright, next we'll go in with Serenity. Same brush, doing the exact same thing. Just taking it over towards the center a little bit. The shade is blending out quite nicely. Not super pigmented, but it's not bad. All right, next we'll go in with Happiness. I could use some happiness in my life. I don't know about you guys. My sister really likes it when I talk about happiness. I'm just playing, she doesn't. She likes it when I'm sad and miserable. All right, next we're going in with Gratitude. Same brush, same thing, just over farther. This one's very pigmented. It's got a lot more pigmentation than the other mattes from the get-go. For my outer corner, I'm going to start darkening things up. We're going to go in with Mantra. So guys, crystals and quartz and all that have really made a comeback. I want to know from you guys, do y'all believe in that kind of stuff? I don't think that I do. Just being real. But I trust you guys, so if y'all tell me, like, yeah, I went out, I purchased a crystal, the next thing I knew, I won the lottery, the man of my dreams asked me to marry him, and he showed up in a brand new Lamborghini, and he said, "This is yours." And I took the crystals in my hands and rubbed them together and threw them in my water and drank from the water, and then everything was groovy for the rest of my life, then maybe I'll go out and get one. Has that happened to you? Please leave it in the comments down below. Alright, so I gotta say I'm really tickled with this shade. Just being real, and now I'm spilling a little tea here, but a lot of times the darker shades in Huda palettes aren't the best mattes. And this one actually, like, it blended out just fine. So I'm actually surprised in a good way. Alright, let's go in with Aura. This isn't quite as deep as the shade that I just put down. It's a little bit lighter, but we're still getting some depth in here. And now, friends, let's go in with Joy. This one isn't as dark pink as what it looks like in the pan, but still really pretty. I'm gonna go over top of it with Moon Magic. Wow, that is so pretty. I did not wet my brush when I applied either of these shades, and they are looking really pretty just right off the bat. Like, I'm actually shocked. Going to spray my brush now. Let's just see how much damage we can do. I've got a little bit of fallout on my face, not that much. And then Friendos, on my lower lash line, I'm going to go in with Precious. Just smoking out the outer half and connecting. I'm going to do the other eye. I'm going to apply lashes. I'm going to apply liner, and I'll be right back. All right, friendos, I'm going to finish off the look with the Divine Rose Lip Trio from Pat McGrath Labs. If you guys are curious, I have a full review up. My thoughts on this palette. I think this is Huda Beauty's best palette yet when it comes to formulation, and also probably when it comes to color stories. Online, I thought that it looked a little too cool tone for what I typically go for, but there's a lot of neutrality in this palette where it doesn't lean too far cool. Clearly, it doesn't lean warm either, but yeah, just has a very neutral undertone. I was really impressed with how well the shades blended out on my eyes. Even the mattes that didn't swatch well did really, really well. They aren't the most pigmented, or at least some of the mattes weren't the most pigmented mattes I've ever used, but they were still really good. And overall, I would probably give this palette an A if I had to give it a rating. So I am incredibly excited to do a 2 looks 1 palette with the Rose Quartz palette. Stay tuned for that. Let me know what you think of this look. Let me know if you are going to pick up this palette. Do you normally shop from Huda Beauty? I own all of her big palettes, but I don't own all of the smaller ones. The smaller ones, they're just okay quality normally. I've heard that her last batch to come out, like the Wild palettes, were really nice, but I'm not going to pick those up. Those are manufactured in China, and just being real, they come with a pretty hefty price tag for a product made in China. Just saying. And yeah, I think that's it for today, guys. Thank you all so much for choosing to spend your time here with me. I greatly appreciate it. You guys have been super active in my comment section, and thank you so much for that, because that really does help my channel to grow. I'm very, very appreciative of you all taking your time to do so. I hope you'll leave me some comments down below. Give me a like if you like this video. I invite you to subscribe if you haven't done so already, because if not, we'll both have to live in the sorrow of never knowing what could have been. All right, guys, bye.